Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. We have 7 matchups on this NBA slate today. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on NBA player props, go ahead and sign up with ParlayPlay, guys. Get $10 just for signing up. Pretty easy money to get in on this action today. And yeah, we'll hop into it. We got 7 matchups. Starting with the New York Knicks versus the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors opening up as 7.5 point favorites with the over-under at 210.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Toronto 2-1. 2-1 covering the spread. The over has hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. The Knicks, Mitchell Robinson is out. Kemba and Randall are both questionable, so be sure to check those statuses. Toronto, Scotty Barnes is good to go. The Knicks, 5-5 in their last 10. Toronto, 6-4 in their last 10. One of those was a 3-point win over the Knicks. Knicks 4-2 covering in their last 6. Toronto 5-0 covering at home. 6-1 covering in their last 7. Yeah, we know Julius Randle is questionable, and Kemba, we really won't know until later on in the day whenever this game happens. I think 7.5 points is just a bit too much. Even if some Knicks players don't play today, I just think that's a lot of points. Even though Toronto's been pretty solid at home, I think that's too much points. Given that Julius Randle and Kemba haven't been ruled out, basically for this one, and Toronto 9-0 covering at home against the Knicks. I mean, it's pretty insane. Basically, if Julius Randle and Kemba play, I'm taking Knicks plus the points, but if they both get ruled out, I think we got to go with Toronto minus 7.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Indiana Pacers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs opening up as 3.5 point favorites with the over-under at 215.5. The last 3 head-to-head, the Pacers 3-0, 1-2 covering the spread. The over has hit in 1 out of the last 3 matchups. The Pacers, Brogdon is questionable. The Pacers just 4-6 in their last 10. The Cavs 6-4 in their last 10. Pacers on a 5-game winning streak against the Cavs. 1-7 on the road. 2-5 covering in their last 7. The Cavs 26-9-1 covering the spread. 9-1 covering at home. Yeah, I like the Cavs at home. I mean, the Cavs have struggled in their last couple games here, but so have the Pacers. The Pacers haven't looked that good. Yeah, I'm going to take the Cavs at home here. Been the better covering team. Pacers really haven't looked that good, and with Brogdon questionable, I don't know, seems kind of sketchy to me. I'm going to take the Cavs minus 3.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Miami Heat versus the Sacramento Kings. The Heat opening up as 3-point favorites with the over-under at 222.5. The last 3 head-to-head, the Heat 2-1, 1-2 covering the spread. The over has hit in 1 out of the last 3 matchups. No PJ Tucker or Haslam. Duncan Robinson is out, along with some other players as well. No Rashawn Holmes for the Kings. The Heat 8-2 in their last 10. Sacramento just 4-6 in their last 10. Miami on a 5-game winning streak. 14-6 in their last 20 against the Kings. Kings just 4-8 covering in their last 12. Only a 3-point spread. The Heat, they've had so many injuries and they've been playing nothing but great basketball. I like the Heat minus 3 on the road against this Kings team that's They've been struggling here, just 2-4 in their last 6. I'm going to roll with the Heat -3 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Orlando Magic versus the Boston Celtics. Celtics opening up as 10.5-point favorites with the over-under at 212.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Boston 3-0. 3-0 covering the spread. The over has hit in 1 out of the last 3 matchups. Cole Anthony is out. Terrence Ross is probable. Boston, no Enes Kanter. Dennis Schroeder is good to go. Jason Tatum is questionable. The Magic just 2-8 in their last 10 on a 4-game losing streak. Boston 4-6 in their last 10. Orlando on a 7-game losing streak against Boston. 1-6 covering the spread against Boston. The Magic, man, they've just been, all their losses, they've just been kind of getting murdered here. I mean, it has not been close in a lot of their games. Boston 10-4 at home. We'll see if Jason Tatum plays here. Hard to back Magic plus the points. I know 10.5 is a lot, but on the road, they've just been getting murdered against teams. I just don't know if I can trust the Magic, to be honest. I'm going to take the Celtics -10.5 at home. Even if Jason Tatum doesn't play, they have a good enough roster to beat this Magic team that's just been struggling. I'm going to take the Celtics -10.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Dallas opening up as 7-point favorites with the over-under at 210.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Dallas 2-1. 2-1 covering the spread. The over has hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. Dallas, Tim Hardaway Jr. is probable. No Porzingis, but a Willie Cauley-Stein and Boban are both out as well. Luka looking like Luka's probable for this matchup, which is a good sign. The Mavs 5-5 in their last 10. One of those was a 103-84 win over the Thunder. Thunder 5-5 in their last 10 as well. Dallas 4-1 covering against the Thunder. 10-4 covering on the road. Yeah, I like the Mavs in this one. They should be getting Luka back, barring any reports, anything crazy that happens. Luka should be back here. I like the Mavs on the road. Getting Tim Hardaway and Luka back, definitely good signs. OKC, no SGA, which is a huge loss for them. They haven't looked that great, and Dallas looked good in their last matchup against the Thunder. I'm going to take the Mavs -7. And obviously, all these teams I'm taking them for the money lines as well for your parlays. Next matchup, we have the Phoenix Suns versus the Charlotte Hornets. The Suns opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over-under at 231.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Phoenix 2-1, 1-2 covering the spread. The over has hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. No JaVale McGee, no Crowder. Phoenix 6-4 in their last 10. One of those was a 137-106 win over Charlotte. Charlotte just 5-5 in their last 10. Phoenix 4-1 in their last 5 against Charlotte. 10-3 straight up on the road right now. Really good road team. Charlotte 9-0 covering at home. 4-1 covering in their last 5. Kind of crazy. But yeah, I like the Suns on the road. Phoenix, Charlotte on a 3-game winning streak, playing good, but they got destroyed in their last outing against the Suns. Suns relatively healthy, they still don't have Ayton, but still got Chris Paul, Booker, still playing good basketball here, and it's going to be only a 2.5-point spread. Not many points to really trust in favor of the Hornets against this, this elite Phoenix team. I'm going to take the Suns -2.5 on the road. Then the last matchup, we have the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers opening up as 7.5-point favorites with the over-under at 223.5. The last three head-to-head, Minnesota 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The over has hit in one out of the last three matchups. No D'Angelo Russell, no Karl Anthony Towns. Edwards is questionable. Minnesota 6-4 in their last 10. One of those was a 110-92 win over the Lakers. The Lakers 4-6 of their last 10. We know the Lakers, they've been struggling here, but this is a big test for this Lakers team. At home, no Karl Anthony Towns, no D'Angelo Russell. This is a must win for the Lakers. It really is. They do not need to start the new year out with a loss against a Minnesota team missing their best players. They just can't afford to let that happen. Coming off a 139-106 win over Portland. I like the Lakers to get it done here against the Timberwolves at home. Taking the Lakers minus 7.5. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.